Hey guys, this is AI Gaming 1776 and I'm playing the open version of the Division Beta. I'm playing the open version of the Division Beta. There was a closed version. This is the second one. And one of the things I'm hoping to find out is if performance is going to be different or the same between the two. It seems like performance might not be as good for some people. We're going to find out. This is the high preset with the R9 380. All right, it's me and someone else and someone else. Cool. And we're at the start of the mission, no less. All right. So I just did the matchmaking. You guys got to watch that happen. This is a live commentary, in case that's not obvious. Live commentary, and we're going to see how it goes. So far, I like the game. In case you're curious, I do like the game. I hate Destiny, but I like this. All right. So what does that mean? I have no idea. World of Warcraft has never looked interesting to me. No MMOs have. Diablo always looked interesting to me, but not interesting enough for me to actually try it, for whatever that's worth. So never played Diablo 3, never played World of Warcraft, never played Guild Wars, never played any MMOs. I got Destiny and hated Destiny. Destiny is one of the games I hate with a white hot passion. So, but I like this. This game, I don't know, it might be boring for some people. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Anyway, we're on the high preset. I did do one thing. I took one liberty with the high preset. With the high preset, the sharpening starts out at 50. I bumped it up to 100. I do not know if I have affected the frame rate by doing that or not. I have no idea. Because, to be honest with you, the frame rate is not super consistent. You know how you play some games and it's like, oh, I always get 45 frames per second, or I always get 30 frames per second, or I always get 60 frames per second. That is not this game. In this game, my frame rate is so inconsistent that I don't really know if sharpening is affecting it or not. Okay, so I don't have the medic perk. I normally like being the medic and healing my homeboys here, but I can't do that. Cannot do that. I do not have the medic perk. And I don't even know if it's available in this version of the beta. Almost called it a demo. Anyway, the game's playable in 1080p with an R9 380. So if you don't want to watch the whole video and you just want to know is the game playable, yeah, it's 100% playable. There's no question about it. You see the frame rate there. Now, what's interesting is I'm getting a pretty good... Did you see that? I was saying I was getting a pretty good frame rate. I was getting 60, and then I went down into the 40s. So, I've had some people... They checked out my closed beta video with a 380, and they said they were getting lower performance right now in this open beta than I was getting in that closed beta. So, I'm going to direct them to this video and see if they get similar performance to this. A lot of people are saying that they're having performance issues with this version of the beta. And honestly, I was noticing it too. I talked about this. I did a video with commentary for the Ultra preset. R9 380, 1080p Ultra preset. That's a separate video. I posted it right before this. This is the high preset. Anyway, I talked about how with the R9 380, I cannot get the game to keep 60 frames per second, even if I turn all of the settings down. Here, I don't want to screw over my teammates, but here I'll show you the settings. All right, this is graphics quality high, VSync. Oh, VSync says on. Normally it says auto. That's really weird. I normally tell it auto or it's already on auto. Anyway, frame rate limit off. Here. If you want to see these, you can pause it. I will scroll through them very slowly. I just don't want to read them all out loud because there's actually quite a few. And they're not just, it's like subsurface scattering, parallax mapping, local reflection quality, things like that. So I turned every single thing down and the game would not keep 60 frames per second. Wow, extra streaming distance is at 50%. No way. Even that's a whole nother can of worms. I was going to say I did actually turn extra streaming distance down, and I was going to say that was like the one thing that actually could get me to keep 60 frames per second, but the pop-in was incredible. At 80%, the pop in was incredible. Now here I am playing at 50% streaming distance, and there's no crazy pop in. That's really weird. That is really weird because when I had 80% for the streaming distance, the pop in was insane. I was getting ready to tell you that. Like nothing would get the game to keep 60 frames per second except turning down the streaming distance. And when I did that, I had crazy pop in. Now, we're getting 60 frames per second a lot of the time, but this is, I would not advertise this as 60. Oh boy, I'm going to get smoked. I would not advertise this as 60 frames per second, you know. I would not say, hey guys, you can play the high preset at 60 frames per second because it goes into the 40s a lot. We're in the 50s right now. See, this is something people do. I've noticed since I've started talking about game performance on the internet is people, because this will touch, look, see, because this will touch 60 frames per second, people will say, oh, I get 60 frames per second. They'll say things like that, right? I don't play that, all right? I don't play those games. That's very interesting. My teammate must have done it in their game, and it doesn't show that being picked up in my game. Anyway, if I'm not keeping 60 frames per second, I'm not going to tell you this is a preset that gets 60 frames per second. You see what I mean? I feel like that's very misleading. The reality is we're going to be playing in the 40s and 50s. That's the reality. Yes, it will hit 60 frames per second. It's hitting it now. And it's hit it before, but it will also go back down into the 40s. So I would describe this as 40s and 50s. However, this is pretty good. This actually looks really good. Now, somebody had commented that they were getting worse performance than this in one of the other videos, like I told you. So I'm wondering just how bad it was for them. We are wrecking this with 4 people. I don't even have to focus on the game. I'm just talking to you guys right now. I played through with the Ultra preset. I played through by myself, and you do have to focus when you play by yourself. This is actually really, really easy. Of course, I'm playing with 3 other people that seem to have their head in the game. Sometimes when you do the because this is random matchmaking, and sometimes when you do the random matchmaking, you're not playing with people who know what they're doing. But it seems like this crew, I don't even know if you could call it a crew. We're probably all randoms. This group seems to know what they're doing. So that's one cool thing about this game is it has the matchmaking, and maybe that would have made me like Destiny better. Here's the thing. I have a weird work schedule, and then like one of my best friends that can play games, I'm an older guy. I've got kids. I'm a full-blown adult. There's no getting around it. I'm definitely not, remotely teenage or early 20s or anything like that. So one of my friends who likes to play games, he works nights. Like, he gets home from work at, I don't know, 6 or 7 in the morning. And so his schedule is way different than mine. You know what I mean? And then I got other friends. I got another friend. He gets home at 8 at night. How do you balance that out? Like my gamer friends, I got one that gets home at 8 at night, one that gets home at 7 in the morning. I've got more of a 9 to 5 situation. So our schedules just don't match up. Sometimes they do on the weekends, but by the time it's the weekends, you want to spend time with your kids or whatever. You don't really have time to get everybody together and do this kind of thing. And I know I'm probably talking a little bit too much, but I'm just saying it's nice that this has matchmaking. I get what Bungie was trying to do with Destiny. I really do. Like, they were trying to force you to play as a team. Like, even, where the hell did speaking of a team, where did my team go? Bungie, near as I can tell, they were trying to force people to play as a team, even if you had to go on a website to find people to play with. And I get that. I appreciate what they were going for. They thought they were doing something pure. And keep in mind, Bungie, they've got that history where college kids would have huge LAN parties taking up a whole dormitory in colleges and stuff. So Bungie, in their minds, in their heart of hearts, they were probably like, yeah, we're going to be hardcore. And we're going to be about the hardcore gamers. Here's the problem, dude. I don't have time for that business. So you know what ended up happening is I bought Destiny. I pre-ordered like whatever the gold version would be called that came with House of Wolves and the other thing. I think my team just like ran off, dude. Like completely like went ahead. Oh, I am getting ruined. I think my team somehow bypassed this battle. And maybe I should have gone with him. Maybe I made a mistake by trying to engage over here. Anyway, with Destiny, I pre-ordered it, where you got the base game and then you got the first two DLC packs. And true story, I never even downloaded the DLC packs. Now, part of it was because there was no matchmaking, and part of it was just because I really hate the progression system in Destiny. In Destiny, it gets to a point where there is literally nothing to do except raids and PvP, and I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Now, this may have the exact same problem. We don't really know what the progression system is ultimately going to be in this game. Ubisoft has not told us. So everything I complain about with Destiny might happen in the retail version of this game. I'm hoping not. To be honest with you, I'm really hoping not. I'm hoping this game is worthwhile to play. That I enjoy it in the long run. Okay, this dude. Here he comes. Come on. It goes right here, amigo. You're the one that has it. Put it in there. There you go. Activate power relay. As you can see, this looks pretty good. Wait a minute. Not this way. Sorry. We go this way. We go this way, amigo. Come on, buddy. Where are my other teammates? This door just now got open. Did they die and respawn or something? Yeah, there's one dude ahead of me, according to the minimap. What is really going on? Huh. Well, we'll find out. Alright, so this is the final room. This mission, the first time I played this mission, I died a whole lot. I kept getting surrounded. I would swear I was playing on a higher difficulty level, but I can only find one difficulty level for this. That is one thing that's weird about this game. Is the difficulty. I noticed that when I played the first mission during the first beta, during that closed beta. Oh yeah, they come out over here. The first wave. Anyway, what I noticed was you could play the game, like, let's say you play it 6 times. 1 or 2 of the 6 times, the AI would be like way, way more difficult than usual. And then the other 4 times it'd be the way you expected. So the first time that I played this, the AI was like bum rushing me. I died a lot. Okay, I'm talking like 3 or 4 guys running up on me all at once, just destroying me. And that was the first time. This is the 3rd time I'm playing now. And so far, it hasn't been that bad. Like I said, my teammates seem to know what they're doing. So that helps. Okay, the second wave of guys come out of that door. Yep, here they come. So again, first time I played this mission, I got bum rushed a lot. And then this time I'm not really getting bum rushed. I wonder where my 2 dudes went. I wonder if they were together and they quit or something. Because there's only 2 of us right now. Alright, so there's going to be one more wave. Oh, they're coming out of this door. That sucks. I keep forgetting where my reload button is because I'm using an Elite controller. I got the paddles on the back. Alright, so this is the last wave before the boss comes. Yeah, this was a lot easier. This mission's been like mincemeat. This has been pretty easy. Alright, so they're going to come from that corner. Right there. See, they're coming out of that elevator. And my 4-man team is a 2-man team. interestingly enough. Boom, 723 damage. Not bad. I'm using the bomb. The turret is pretty lame. I used the turret in the middle of the street against like some nobodies in the street, like some level 5 nobodies. They destroyed my turret within 5 seconds of me deploying it. It was very, very underwhelming, so I'm just sticking with the bomb. Holy crap, did we just beat the guy? No way. This guy on my team is like wrecking the bad guys. Like, how strong is his weaponry? That is crazy. Alright, so there's no difficult, what do you call it? Hard difficulty. There's no hard. Did it? Yeah. Are we still recording at least? Are we still recording? Last time it crashed, it ruined my recording too. Alright, so that's twice I've had the game crash. And that's actually the 2 times that I recorded it. I've played this mission 3 times, and it's crashed twice. So, anyway, let me know if you guys have an R9 380, if it performs like this for you. I would say this is the 40s and 50s on the high preset with sharpening on. Yes, it does go to 60 frames per second, but I would call it the 40s and 50s. So, anyway, this has been AI Gaming 1776. Let me turn my monitor back on. It literally shut my monitor off. I record with a separate computer, so in case you guys are like, well, what's the frame rate without fraps? I'm using a separate computer. What does it say? Tom Clancy's The Division has stopped working. Awesome. Yeah, so anyway, we were using about 3.5 gigs of VRAM. The GPU stays pretty cool. It's an MSI Gaming 4 gigabyte R9 380. It's only at 980 megahertz, which is like, I've been using NVIDIA graphics cards, so 980 sounds really, really low. Because I usually play literally, I've got a handful of Maxwell cards, and I'm always in the 13s and 1400s. So, 1300 something, 1400 something. 980 is just so low. But hey, it does the job. Alright, so, yeah, it's frozen there. We used about 5.5 gigs of system RAM. I'm using a 4790K processor, 8 threads. That's what all that CPU stuff is in the upper left-hand corner. But there you go. Let me know how the game plays for you guys. 40s and 50s for me. And remember, this is a beta. We don't know what the real game is going to play like. We don't know. It's not out yet. The closed beta played awesomely. Awesomely. I did not have crashes in the closed beta. And performance was really good in the closed beta. I know I was getting 60 frames per second just changing a couple settings, like a handful of settings with the 390 and the 970. By the way, I've got a 390, a 390X, a 380, a 960, a 970, a 980 Ti. Plus I have a GTX 745, which is like a little baby graphics card. Anyway, the closed beta ran great. And this open beta, I can't tell yet. I don't remember if I got 60 frames per second with the 380 and the closed beta. I do not remember if I did or not. If I found settings that allowed it. I have not so far in the open beta though. So I don't know if performance is worse or not. I am seeing more crashing. People were telling me that their 980 Ti's were only playing in the 20s and 40s. Until they restarted their computers because they had memory leaks. So hopefully the real game plays well. The closed beta, again, the first beta that they had played really, really well. This beta, I don't know. We'll see. All right, thanks for watching, guys. This has been AI Gaming 1776. Please like and subscribe. Tell all your friends that I cover AMD, I cover NVIDIA. I don't do generic little videos where I'm like, hey, the average frames per second is 48. I don't do that. I give you guys demonstrations, and I show you how the game plays, and hopefully that's something you enjoy. So thanks for watching, guys. Have yourselves an excellent day.